All right, so I'm headed out today to do a shoot with Sophia, and I'm going to be capturing some fall color using high-speed sync. And to make things a little more interesting, I'm going to be filming everything today on DJI cameras, including the Air 3, the Pocket 3, and the Osmo Action 5. All right, so we're going to use the Elechrome 5 and the 100 centimeter deep octa or 39-inch. It's my favorite modifier to use outside when I'm doing a shoot like this. Really, if I could only have one modifier, this would be the one. And we're going to be using high-speed sync. So then I have this massive stand, which will keep everything safe, and a sandbag on top of that. All right, so we're just waiting for Sophia, our model, to show up. I'm going to sit things down. So usually I've got to shoot at full power when I'm using high-speed sync, give or take. So I'm just going to start the light at full power and then test it and see how it goes. I'm going to have her lean up against this tree over here. And I'm going to want the light to be around jaw level as well. It's probably going to be in my way, the light, but we'll just use generative fill to get it out, which will make it a lot easier than the last time I did this shoot. So she's going to be short lit a little bit. I'm going to have her sort of come over here, lean up against the tree. Should be looking over that way, where I'm going to be with an 85 1.2, and everything should be really compressed. And the main thing too is to have the sun as my hair light. So that's the thing that I do almost every time, is just have the person backlit so that that acts as a separation light, and then I light them from the front with my other light. So the other thing too that you want to do, or at least that I do every time, is I just think about it like, what do I want my background to be? So I want my background to be completely blown out, so I'm going to shoot at 1.2. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my camera so that the background is exposed correctly. So that's probably going to mean that I'm going to shoot around a 3 or 4 thousandth of a second at ISO 100. If it was nighttime, I definitely wouldn't go as high in the shutter speed, and I'd try to use the lowest ISO necessary in order to get the shot. So those are the two things that I'm going to be doing. There's a third thing. Oh, I'm going to turn the power of the strobe up and shoot some test frames until she looks the right brightness, and then I'll just go for it from there. So that's what we're going to do as soon as she gets here. So if I were to shoot at my camera's regular sync speed, which is 1/200th of a second, some are 1/250, give or take, something like that, then what would happen is I would have to shoot at around f11. Yeah, 1/200th of a second at f11 at ISO 100 is the exposure for full sun. If I do that, my background is going to be really sharp, and I don't really want that. I just want things to be nice and blurry and sort of blend in. You know, I'm going to go for something that's bokeh-licious, if you will. In the studio, I'm always shooting at f8 or f11, and that's because I want to get detail in my painted backgrounds, and I want to have depth of field throughout the shot. But out here, I just want the background, the natural environment, to sort of fall off into nothing so that we're isolating the subject. And by having that sun come in there and light her from behind, that's going to edge out her body and separate her from our blurry background. All right, so clearly we've lost the sun. Hopefully it's going to peek out from the clouds now that Sophia is walking up, but this is what happens. We have an hour and 20 minutes until the sun sets, so hopefully it will peek out once for us while we're here. Yeah. Is your bag a prop, or you brought more stuff?
I brought more stuff.
Oh, good. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So I was thinking you could lean against this tree over here. We have to wait until the sun comes back out, so I guess we'll see what happens. Well, we might as well try, I guess. Yeah. If you want to come over where the tree is. All right. So I'm going to get this at jaw level. And that should be a little bit higher. Okay, great. And I guess come around a little bit more, so maybe you could even put your foot up there, whatever feels comfortable for you. And I'll put the light here in the right spot. Okay. Oh shit, the sun is gonna come out just for this 1 second and I'm not ready. Okay, good. I see the sun peeking out. All right, so I'm at 1/8,000th of a second and the sky looks right. It's clipped a little bit, but she's a little dark. So I've got to, oh, the light blew away from her, which is gonna happen because of the wind. That would explain why she was dark. All right, now we'll see if the light's bright enough. I'm just gonna zoom in here on her face. Okay, so she's the right brightness, but the light's in the wrong spot. She's a little too split lit, which just means the shadow's right up the middle of her face. And the light's actually a little too isolated on her face. It's not going down her body enough. So I'm gonna bring it out to about here and then just come down a little bit. All right, this should be less isolated on just her face. Okay, we're getting a little more light down here. That actually looks pretty good. I think I'm going to lower the light just another few inches. I want the light to get down to her feet a little bit more. That should be better. Great. Okay. There's our before and our after. So that looks much better. Okay. I'm not seeing the color though that I need. So, okay, good. There's a yellow tree right here. So I'm just going to come over here. First thing I'm seeing now is the background is too dark. So I'm going to go to a 4,000th of a second. And also, well, we'll try that out first. I think I need to bring the camera higher in order to get the leaves in the right spot. Okay. Now she's way too hot, but that's okay. I can turn the light down and stop. Yeah, so I went from an 8,000th to a 4,000th, which meant that I needed to power the light down to stop because I slowed down to stop. And you're holding on for dear life, I see with the hat. Let's see. Okay, that looks better. Okay, yeah, I think just try different poses there and we'll shoot away. It's crazy right now, like the leaves in the background are much darker than the rest of the sky. I might, let me look through the camera. That'll be more accurate. Okay, no, that looks really good. Yeah, that's good. I'm just gonna back up so I can get a horizontal. Great. Good. Yeah, I think just vary your pose there. It's looking good. Love it. And okay, I'm gonna look through the camera really quick. All right, so this actually looks a lot better than I was expecting because just looking at the screen and my eyes are probably dilated from the sun, it looks very dark, but when I look through the camera, it looks a lot better. So, okay, Sophia, pose away there. Love it. Okay, so maybe try to go ahead and go around the tree a little bit more. I just want to separate your body from the tree a little bit. So keep going. Maybe, yeah, I think so. Let's try that with your left foot up there. Okay, yeah, let's go for that. I'm gonna come in closer and then I'll shoot at 3/4 length. Okay, that looks great. Now this looks really good. I'm gonna look through the camera. Love it. Cool. Bring your left shoulder towards me a little more. Great. Little more. Great. This looks pretty good. I know that since you're watching this video, you're dedicated to learning, and I am too. That's why I've been diving into some marketing and business classes on Skillshare, today's sponsor. Running a successful photography business isn't just about mastering your creative work, it's about marketing, client management, and growth. I've been learning how to level up my business through Skillshare's classes covering these topics. Skillshare offers thousands of classes taught by experts in areas like marketing, entrepreneurship, social media, and productivity. One thing I love are Skillshare's learning paths, which guide you through curated classes on specific skills. I'm using them to build my business and marketing knowledge so that I can grow my brand. Recently, I've been exploring Maggie Starr's course, Powerful Social Media Marketing from Beginner to Advanced. Maggie's insights have been game-changing for understanding how to strategically approach social media marketing, from building a brand style guide to mastering compelling copywriting and leveraging AI for impactful visuals. This class has given me practical tools and strategies that I'm excited to implement to boost my photography business and connect with my audience more effectively. If you're ready to boost your skills too, the first 500 people to use my link in the description will get 1 month free of Skillshare. It's a great opportunity to improve your creative business and learn something new. Maybe we should try a different tree. Let me hobble over here. I almost feel like doing this. No, that'll look pretty cool. I like this lineup with the trees. All right, Sophia, I'm just gonna have you come over to this tree. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna try to shoot her with all these trees behind her sort of stacked up. And the reason I move my light to the left side now is my sun is now at about 45 degrees that way. So I'm gonna have her turn, so you'll turn facing this way and it should edge out, the sun should edge out your body nicely. Oh, hold on. There we go. Great. Yes, so that's lovely. I love that. So I think turn your head more towards the light. Oh, maybe just put your like right foot heel up on the tree. Yeah, something like that. Bring that foot up higher though. So keep going. Yeah, that's good. Now I can see a little gap between your knee and your knees there. It looks better. Great. Oh, and you have to turn your head this way, but then still look in the camera. So we're just making it so the light's going the right way. Oh, that looks beautiful. Okay. I'm gonna come to my right slightly to get a little more of the leaves. Great. And then turn your head back towards the light again. Great. Love it. Good. I'm just going to look at the pictures and make sure your hair is separated from the background. Not as well as I'd like. Let me come lower with the camera. That may help. Great. Love it. Okay, so we're going to use the sun as our hair light. That looks beautiful. I'm going to bring my shutter speed up though to 8,000 because we got a lot of, yeah, now we're not blowing the sky so much. Maybe put your right hand on your hip and let's get your left elbow away from your body a little bit. Great. Love it. Okay, so I think we're going to go to this tree over here so we can get the sun directly behind her. And I'm going to have to shoot near the road. And I think just go on the far side of the tree there. That's, I mean, probably right there. I'm just going to have to bring this in here. Yeah. Okay. So Well, maybe I was wrong. Mm, this looks really nice, but we don't have the light lined up. Okay, so I'll put the light over here and maybe put your heel up and your back here.
Okay.
And I got to go to a 4,000th of a second now. Great. So go ahead and turn your face more that way. Keep going. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to turn the light down half a stop. That looks nice. I'm going to feather the light away from the tree a little bit more. And I just got this idea that I'm going to use this leaf. Maybe I'll use this leaf. See if I can hold this in front of the lens. It's probably going to be a total disaster, but I'll try it. Great. That looks pretty cool. I'm going to hold it up over there. Let me shoot this with a 200 millimeter lens, and then I'll do it. This is definitely the day where I wish I had a 200 but this is the only day. The only day I've said that. All right, same exact shot. I'm just gonna get it super compressed by backing up a lot. Yeah, this looks really nice. Okay, so I forgot that I am now shooting at f4, so I think I have to shoot at 1,000th of a second. And it's actually a little dark, so I'm gonna go to a 500th. Somehow I got to 125 ISO. So now I'm 1/500th at 4 at 100. No falling. Great. Okay. So, and then turn your head to your right towards the light. Let's put your right hand on the back of your thigh or on your hip. Yeah, on your hip. Beautiful. And then turn your head more towards the flash. Great. Love it. I think I just cut off your foot. Let's try that again. Love that too. All right, well, I think that's about it. We're losing the sun. If you could please let me know in the comments which one of the photos you like the most, that would be great. Also, I shot all of the footage with the DJI cameras in D-Log. I believe it's D-Log M 10-bit, and then graded it using their Rec 709 color correction LUT so you can know what the footage looks like and how. Let me know how you feel about the footage and how it looks to you. And if you like this format of video and you want more of these in the future, just let me know. I shot everything again on the R5 Mark II with an 85-1.2 and sometimes the 7200 f4. And today might have been the only day that I wish that I had a 200 1.8. So if you think I should buy one, I guess let me know. Thanks so much. Like, subscribe, sign up for the bell, and I'll talk to you soon.